what time it is? We don't turn down, we turn up. Bird card. Count it. 1, 2, 3. Let go.
Turn up, turn up, turn up. Turn up, turn up, turn up. Turn up, turn up, turn up.
All right. Well, we're going to welcome you back to LLF, Local Louisville Fighting. We are back for another episode on our podcast. Today, we have Mr. Crowdus Sr. And, you know, I always have my co-host, Katie Marks.
Hey, what's going on?
We think of a nickname for you yet, Katie?
No.
No.
Not any good ones.
Right. When she gets back in the ring, we have to think of a nickname for her.
That's right.
All right, so before we get into our guest, Mr. Crowdus Sr., a few things. Number one, there's a big thing going on right now, and I just want to make sure that I get it right. So let me we have a Freddie Stoner Day. So if you are not familiar with Fred Stoner, this is the unsung hero to Muhammad Ali. And not to get into it because I don't know the story. We're going to find someone that's going to tell us, and people that are related to him, not related to him, but have a tie with him that are going to tell us. They're going to come through here, but it's somewhere in the nature of they didn't know, or it was segregated at that time, so Stoner was helping him, but someone else. So it's something like that, but Freddie Stoner is the unsung hero, Muhammad Ali. So they are having a day for him, June the 16th from 3 to 8 p.m. at the Muhammad Ali Boxing Gloves Monument on Hancock Street. So every podcast that you hear us talk about from here until then, we will be saying something about Freddie Stoner. So make sure you check out that event as well. One more, May 21st. My guys, my fam, All or Nothing Boxing Academy, they will be doing an event at 2900 South 7th Street. Tickets are $15 general admission, $10 for kids 15 and under. Kids 5 and under are free. And if you want a ringside table, it's 6 seats for $175. So All or Nothing Boxing Academy, May 21st. Make sure you get your tickets for that. Check out your boy ring announcing. You want to see it? You want to see the fighters. I'm just there to keep you hyped. You come for the fights. Always remember that. So before we start the show, all things are possible through God.
Amen.
Mr. Crowdus Sr. in the building.
Yes, sir.
Where would we like to start? Katie, I will let you go first.
Oh, my goodness.
Ladies
No
first.
pressure. No pressure, coach.
Okay.
Out of Evansville, correct?
Louisville.
Louisville. You originally from Louisville?
Yes.
Okay.
That's hometown.
Okay. Hometown hero over here yourself. How long have you been involved with the sport of boxing?
Oh, since I was 13 years old. And,
Long time.
Yeah.
Undisclosed amount of time. That's okay. What throughout your years, can you name off some of your more your boxers that have the most achievements throughout your career?
Oh.
At any given time, not recent, maybe the past.
At our gym?
Throughout your gym that you've
sure.
had your hands on,
Yeah.
that you gave the gift to.
Oh, my goodness. Well,
For
first
those that
off,
don't know you, give them a little, insight on that.
Okay, well, I'm Coach Shon Crowdus Sr. From Technical Boxing Gym of Louisville. We're located at 1732 Gallagher Street, right here in Louisville. And in case you want to know, our business times and days are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, all at 6:30 p.m. And we've had some great guys come through that gym. And some of them had some problems. We had to arm through the problems and all of that. But then we got them focused on what they came for.
Right.
Correct.
And after taking them through our regimen of skills and technique training, come to find out they was pretty good in the sport of boxing.
Right.
Yeah. And so, we had one. This one was located another place.
Mm-hmm.
We had one by the name of Derico Murray.
Hey,
Y'all know him.
my guy,
Shout
my guy, Derico, All or Nothing Boxing Academy.
Good guy, man. Good guy. Yeah, good family man. Good
Yeah.
family man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This guy, we came up to a fight that was getting ready to happen in Louisville, and this guy had about 16 fights,
Right.
and Dorico was just getting ready to turn pro, and so this guy's name came up, and I said, "Well, I'm confident in Dorico and his skill level, and I believe that he can do it."
Right.
Even though the guy had 16 fights, I said, "No, our skill level is pretty good."
Right.
So,
right.
Dorico had that fight, and he got knocked down, but he got up fighting.
Right. Right. Right.
He beat that guy.
Did he?
That's a memory that stays in my mind forever. It was a great fight. Great
Underdog
fight.
kind of.
Yeah,
you
kind
wouldn't
of.
expect
Yeah,
to
he could have
win
made a
in that
movie
fight.
off of that one.
Right.
All right. That's cool. So there you are, a technical boxing gym of Louisville. You are a coach. You are a trainer.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you're into besides that? Well, I shouldn't say. I guess into is probably the word. Is there anything? What other hat do you wear besides coaching and trainer hat?
Well, I'm a pastor of a church as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I am. And I'm a musician. I play different instruments. Trumpet. I have played trombone. I play the drums, and kind of all around man. I just
Hey, jazz man, a pastor jazz, pastor jazz. You got
Blues and
we
rhythm
got a
right
jazz
here.
man.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of your past and your connections, do you have you boxed yourself? So do you have a Freddie Stone? Do you have a Freddie Stoner connection?
Oh my goodness! Without Freddie Stoner, I wouldn't have had no beginning in boxing.
Oh.
Right, right.
He started me. He taught me very well, and he was a great teacher, and he stayed focused, on what he did. And sometimes I'd come to the gym, Freddie be the only one sitting there in the gym, and he'd look at me and say, "All right, son, get started. Go on." So I'll just get started by myself and work out and train hard.
How it is sometimes.
Yeah, and then other people started coming in, and it was great. It was great, and before I knew it, I became top of the class.
Hey.
Then I won in 1974 Golden Gloves here in Louisville.
And what weight was that?
I was probably Peanut.
Right.
Now I was a bantamweight.
Bantamweight.
Yeah,
Bantamweight.
You let them fly then.
Yeah,
at that
right.
weight.
I had to move. I was doing it.
Yeah.
Did you fight for a title?
Eventually, I did.
You did?
As
You
a
gotta get a bomb
professional.
for that. Yeah, you got title fighters in here. You gotta get the bomb for that. We bomb first here at LLF.
I fought for the WBE. This fight was a tough one. I think I was in Missouri at the time when I fought that fight.
Right.
And it was tough. I was fighting against one of their favorites. So
out of town,
out of state. There it is. So I lost that by 2 points, but I just so grateful for the opportunity.
Right.
And it was a lot of hard work getting up to that point, and I think I won.
Yeah, well,
Of course.
that leads into a whole nother conversation.
There's always that debate.
That leads into a whole nother conversation.
Definitely know what that feels like.
Oh yeah,
How many total pro fights did you have?
Wow. I don't even know anymore. I had a lot of them.
Of course, the records don't accurately always reflect what you had.
Absolutely.
Either, depending where you were. They want to report those losses more often.
Right.
And that's how it works in this game. And just touch on something while we're in this game is like you have home field advantage. But in this boxing game, I'm learning that home field advantage is like you have home field advantage in football, you have home field advantage in baseball, you have home field advantage. But home field advantage in boxing is something totally different.
It is.
Politicking.
Yeah, you said it.
Well,
said it.
Well, here's what I learned. So it means something when someone goes to someone else's land to fight them. So if you're going to their place to fight them, then you have to make sure that there's no questions asked when we're done. And if it's even close, you're not going to get it. I mean, and I don't know if those are set rules or what it is, but everybody pretty much knows that.
You're a good student of the game already. That's good. That's
It's like
what
an
you get.
unwritten rule.
Right.
It's an underwritten rule right there. Yeah.
That's the way that is.
So that does have it. Trumpet, did you ever put out you ever made a record?
Put out a record?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean?
What? On with your instruments.
Put that music out there.
No, but I had a lot of experience. I wish I would have.
See?
That's the good thought.
See?
But yeah, I did a lot of traveling up in the East Coast, all the way from Richmond, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Maryland, playing my trumpet. And mostly at different churches I played, and you name it, in the park.
In the park?
Yeah.
Wherever you felt
Central
like playing.
Park here in Louisville.
Nice.
Right.
They would come, they listen. I love my
Were you part of a band? Traveling?
Never
No.
was.
Oh,
No,
solo
just
man
solo
band.
man.
Okay.
Right,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
And always incorporated into the church too, as much as
Absolutely.
possible.
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
where I started, right there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what church is it that you pastor at?
It's called Christ Walking Bible Ministries.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we just love the Lord, and we just try to be a help in the community, try to reach out to those kids and try to get the new generation, and
Right.
try to guide
So
them in a
important
positive
right
way.
now.
Yes, indeed.
So important.
Yes, very important.
You help in so many ways between boxing and ministries. You can reach them in many different ways.
In many different ways. Yeah.
That's a nice combo right there.
Yeah.
Boxing and the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice combo.
Absolutely.
That it is. And what do you got? You got something? I need you to help me get her back in the ring.
No problem.
Yes, yes.
No
now
problem.
we're just
I
gonna
already
focus.
started.
We're just
This
gonna
is
focus
not
on
my
you.
interview.
Right, you tag up on it. We're still trying to get Katie in the ring, y'all. But
She looked like she can box.
yeah.
I've had 14
Yeah.
fights.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yep. I started out with Coach Reed and Leck. Yeah, for the first 4 years. I had my first 2 fights with him. Moving to Louisville for personal and career reasons.
Okay.
Dorico was the only coach I knew, and I moved here. So within 3 weeks of moving here, actually, Coach Kelly had contacted me on Messenger. Said, "You want to fight?" I said, "Well, it wasn't on my forefront
You
at
wanna
the
fight?
moment with the move, but
Right.
I'm fit. I'm ready. Let me see if I got a coach in my corner." And yeah, so Dorico's like, "Yeah, you look like you fit. You ready?" So yeah, it was on. Kelly hooked me up on my first fight here in Louisville.
Well,
Yeah.
you know the rule of boxing is protect yourself at all times.
Fact.
Now I'm gonna have to add to that. Protect yourself outside the ring as well as inside the
True.
ring.
Very true.
Don't
Never
want
lied
guys-
about that.
You don't want to have guys push you you're ready for.
Oh, say that again.
So
Say it
true.
one more
If you're not
time.
ready for it, wait and train and work hard. Know your position. Know that you're good, and then go. Don't allow them to push you in there if you're not ready.
Very true.
Oh,
I
but
did come out on top of that one.
All right. Hey, good.
I was ready.
Good. That brings up something. When I was at your gym, there was a saying that was on the wall, and I'm not letting me. Yeah.
Let's
So
hear
I want to
this.
see if it was something to the nature of when you are ready, we are ready for you to be in your corner. Was it something like that?
we're in your corner when you get serious.
There it is. Hold on. Say it again. Hold on. Say it
We're
again.
in your corner when you get serious.
And this is what's on your wall in your gym.
Yes, sir. So that's what we live by.
Is it? And how do you instill that into your boxers?
Well, I talk to them a lot, and I try to have one-on-one, even though I have a few boxers. I try to have that one-on-one, see where they are in their thinking.
Mm-hmm.
See, if this is what you really want to do, why'd you come?
Right.
Questions like that. Are you serious about? You sure this is what you want to do?
Right.
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 What's your goal? What's your long-term goal?
Mm-hmm.
What's your short-term goal?
Right. And you may have people may have never asked these boxers this question before when they get to you.
I do, because I ask these type of questions because I try to give boxers today what I didn't get
Right.
when I was coming up.
That's important.
I look back and I see that, man, if I'd have, got this or got that from type of inspiration from this person, that kind of person,
Right on.
where would I be at? You know what I'm saying? So I try to give the guys and the girls, you know,
Right.
what I didn't get and what I know that works, you know, and that's build a confidence, not false confidence.
Right.
Build a confidence in their skill level, techniques, and how they perform in the ring. And my big thing is, such as Stoners was, you look the same way when you come out. I aim to look the same way you know when you come in, when you go out.
Yeah.
You
Don't need to put them shades on.
That's right.
Understood.
You know, Stoner said to Ali, well, when they, I think they had that thing where Ali, this is your life.
Right.
I think Dorico had.
Yes, I seen that. Yes, it did. I seen that.
And Stoner said a thing that I'm gonna let you know. He said now it worked well for him. The skills and techniques worked well for Ali that Stoner trained him with. He said with his footwork and movement and all of that. He said you can look at him. He said look at him. You can tell. You know that it worked for him. Ali just looking all
right.
You know?
Right.
So you want
the prettiest, Ali,
right.
the prettiest.
So, right. so you want to you want to have to teach the kids good skills, good techniques, where their confidence level will be real.
Right.
They have real confidence.
Not
they
that
they have knowledge, knowing what they're doing.
How much from what you learned from Mr. Stoner through the years, how much of that is incorporated into your training, and then how much do you believe that everybody takes everything they've learned and turned it into their own special way?
Right. So
how much percentage wise you think you got Fred Stoner, and then how much is Crowdus yourself?
It's funny that thought came on mine too.
Yeah, right. Hey,
and I'll be honest,
best underground interviews in the land. You know how we get down.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say about 95% Stoner.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Yes, we gotta give him Mr. Fred Stoner. Yes, sir.
Reed would always tell us that I can only teach you what I know, but it's up to you to make it what it is for you. So
Absolutely.
that's always stuck with me as a fighter, for sure.
Yeah. That's I tell the guys, let me teach you the basic skills and techniques first.
Right.
Now, after you learn it and you get good at it, okay, now it's yours. You own it. Now you begin to do with it the way you want to do it. Create your own style.
Okay.
But first, get your basics.
Right.
Foundations, everything.
You're not a Mayweather yet.
Right. They think they are. They think they Mayweather when they come out the womb now. There ain't no work at all.
Everybody want to drop the arm and do this thing. Mayweather, he took a skill and technique and he made it work for himself.
Right.
And actually holding it in hand down like that and
doing that.
shots. Actually, that's incorrect. The correct way is to drop, let it catch on your shoulder, come right back. Boom.
Right.
Shoulder roll.
See,
Yep.
shoulder roll.
Okay.
That's it. Instead of keeping it down, like guys get in trouble.
Right.
I warned the guys about it and said, look, now, hey, he took a technique and using it incorrectly, but made it work for him. He owned it.
Right.
And made it work for him. So now, let me teach you the skills and techniques so you get something that you can own and make it work for you.
Hey, you can't say it any better than that. Mr. Crowdus Sr., boy, you can't say it any better than that. I swear to you. I swear to you. All right, so you being of the, I'm trying to think of the correct word for it. You being of that generation when Louisville was the mecca of boxing.
Yes.
As to coaching in this area now, because what we're trying to do and what we're trying to do here at this LLF is we're trying to bring this mecca of boxing back to Louisville. Not that it's ever went anywhere, not it's ever done anything, but we want to get that back to where Louisville's a spot where you talk about boxing.
Yeah.
So in that comparison, what are you bringing to this? What are you bringing to this new age game? What are you bringing to this new age game to get us back to that level?
First of all, you got to get the attention of the fighters, the project. You got to get their attention,
right?
And let them know the benefits that this game brings into a person's life. First of all, and you can't deny it, it brings fast money into your life.
Hey, hold on.
Super
fast.
Bring fast. And man, see, a lot of time when especially in our neighborhoods, like in the West End and there, you talk about fast money. The first thing you think about, something wrong.
Right.
You
Like
know,
you're
the
doing something wrong to
the
get it.
wrong way to get it.
Right, exactly.
But in boxing, you think of fast money is after you get trained, these techniques are in place and all that, and you turn pro. Hey, guys become millionaires overnight in boxing. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
That one contract can change your life.
It could do it. Absolutely.
You could do it, Katie.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
It could
boy.
do
And she
it,
said it
Katie.
too.
Right. It could do it. It could do it. So, and then, so what are some of the comparisons, some of the pros, some of the cons, without getting into it too much and without ruffling too many feathers, because it's, football 1980 is different than it is in 2022.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
in boxing, you're part of this difference, or you see this difference. What are some of the differences?
Well, it used to be a time where, when I came up under Stoner,
Mm-hmm.
if I went to another gym or something like that and worked out and didn't tell Stoner about it,
Uh-huh.
guess what? Stoner would learn about it.
He'd hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the trainer may come, hey, we got your fight over here. And blah, blah, blah. Now it's not like that.
Right.
It's like it just seemed like trainers are trying to get other people's fighters and stuff
Trying to
like
steal
that.
fighters.
Steal
Yeah,
fighters. And it seems
definitely.
like that's the name of the game now. But you don't have to do that.
No. We about
You
trying.
don't have to do that. I think that the way it used to be,
Mm-hmm.
trainers was kind of like more together
Right.
than they are today.
Unity about boxing.
Yeah.
And
Unity is about.
what do you think about the whole fighting for pride, fighting for the love of the sport versus picking your fights nowadays, because it's more about business than it is fighting now for a lot of people's perspective.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you see that, or how do you feel about that?
Put it another way. Let me see if I can make sure I'm getting it right. What you saying?
So
Go right ahead.
Nowadays, you got the young bucks that may have had one or two fights, or maybe had their one crack at a world championship. I'll pick out a fighter. Let's say Teofimo. He had his one big shot with Loma, and then all of a sudden, I'm the superstar. You know what I mean? And so after that, I don't know. A lot of people said he talked a lot. Well, that's part of the game. But
Well, yeah.
I won't get off topic. But anyway, like before that, people are fighting the best to fight the best, because that's the pride thing.
Absolutely.
But now after he beat Loma, for example, he's trying to get that big contract money day every day. It doesn't seem like he's fighting for that pride anymore and the glory of the sport, as they put it. So I just had people point out how the sport has changed from, say, your era to now, more about business, more about the big payday than it is about
It is.
the sport of
Yeah.
boxing.
Yeah. I mean, the pride of it. The pride, is like, where do you put your pride? That's the thing.
True.
Where do you put it? What's the value to you in this sport? Is it, hey, I'm the welterweight champion of the world, or is it all about the money, or it's kind of, I don't know. It kind of goes hand in hand.
Right. They can't have one without the other.
Absolutely.
Right.
But I love that it made boxing fun when they was going for the title.
Uh-huh.
It was going for you see what I'm saying?
Right.
It was, boxing was fun.
Right. And then you were just getting paid to have fun. So I could play, because I'll play I'll play devil's advocate here and be like, well, I'm just not boxing to get my brains beat in for nothing.
Right.
I know you
True,
gonna
right,
get.
true,
Can
true.
I get a little bread?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right,
So we just not
And it
gonna
all goes hand in
just
hand.
play that. Right. It's
Yeah.
just like we just not gonna get our brains beat in for nothing.
Right.
So here's another thing: the fighters that you have. So I met you at a Louisville Select Boxing event, and how often do you fight locally, or the fighters that you have? Do you fight locally, or do you take them on the road, or how does that work for you?
We fight mostly on the road.
Okay.
Reason being, for some of those reasons that I mentioned, I hate to go into it.
Right. You don't have to, and you don't have to go into that. If you
I
don't
won't go
want
into it
to.
too deep.
Right.
Let me just touch the water.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Getting along.
Right.
Trainers, and it's a sad thing, we're not really getting along like we should.
Right.
Hey, all you trainers out there is listening, is looking at us right now. Hey, we're Louisville.
Right. Tell them we Louisville, baby.
We are Louisville.
We are one in here.
And I add baby.
You know what I'm saying? We are. We won in here.
We Louisville. And, let's go back to the way it used to be.
Get no complaints to that. You definitely get a bump.
That
Get no
explains why I
complaints.
haven't seen you around a whole lot in Louisville. And here I am, Dorigo, saying, yeah, the man that taught me, Fred Stoner, you'd recognize him, but unless I met you, I'm not gonna remember your name. So he would mention you, but then he'd be like, the man that taught me was taught by Fred Stoner and then Muhammad Ali. But I was like, well, I never seen this guy around Louisville until I see one of your fighters on Nick's card. So
Right.
that was like, oh, this is a guy he's always talking about. Okay.
We try to be, our trainer, our fighters, they train hard.
I've been in the gym. I've seen that. Yes. They train hard.
Yes, they do. So I want them to get the reward and the benefit of training hard.
Right.
To let them see what training hard gets you.
Right.
And that's, if you're under fair judgment, they get wins.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. But if we're under unfair judgment, you just wasted a whole lot of time.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
But is there learning in that process from an unfair judgment as a personal person? Because I could turn that into a whole nother conversation, a whole nother podcast.
I know,
but I'm sure that you're making sure that there is some learning from that.
Yes, there is. So what I used to not train the guys, for knockouts.
Mm-hmm.
I trained them more or less for, outpoint the guy.
Right,
Sport,
right. Pepper him to death. Some
knockout's gonna come if he comes.
Right.
But in our constant unfair treatment,
Mm-hmm.
I've had to change my method of training.
Right.
So we knock out people.
Hey, you heard him say it right here. We knock people out. Hey, I wasn't trying to teach the knockouts. Now we going for.
But hey, when it goes to the
over.
judges, that's out of your
It's
control.
over.
Taking it out of the hand of the judges.
Yes.
And we've been successful in doing that. My lightweight, which is Ali Al-Arabian, that's his name, Ali Arabian.
Uh-huh.
He's on the winning streak.
Is he? All right.
Scoring knockout. He did pretty good. And hey, he won the silver. The silver glove.
The silver glove, so he
Yes,
won that.
yeah,
all right,
he won
all
that.
right, good stuff.
And so hey, he's on his way.
Hey, give him a
And-
bomb for that.
And before he leaves out the gym, he always yells back at the coach and myself saying, "Let's go for gold. Let's go for gold.
Yeah.
Let's go for gold."
That's the attitude right there. Definitely.
That is awesome. All right, so before we get out of here, number one, we want to thank you for having us here. I want to thank you for being here with us. We want to thank you for being here with us. Could have been anywhere today, but you're here with us. And just in case you didn't know, Local Louisville Fighting, we can be found on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and IBS TV. Shout out to my man in Denver, Mr. Lalo. You can find us there, and you can hear about all these stories as well. So I have a story for you. Let me tell you the story, Kate.
Oh,
I'm all ears.
Right, so I met this gentleman, met Mr. Crowdus Sr. I was like, all right, let me talk to you. Come to the gym. He spoke to me. He picked up the phone. Some people don't pick up the phone.
Facts.
Some people don't pick up the phone. He picked up the phone, and I was waiting. So he spoke. So, it rang a couple of times, like maybe you have to go get the phone. So then it finally clicked, and he said hello and started speaking. I ain't say a word. I was just like this. Because you know what I was doing? I was waiting for the beep. This guy sounded like an answer machine on the phone. I was waiting for the beep. I was a little reluctant to bring him in here. His voice almost better than mine.
no.
So he called, he started speaking, and I was like,
low-key.
Mr. Crowdus Sr.? I was like, yeah. I said, is this you? I said, boy, I thought I was talking to an answer machine.
Oh, no.
No lie. How they say, no lie, no cap, man? I'm like, man, on God, I swear. We want to appreciate you being here. We like what you're doing for the city of Louisville. We ask that you keep doing it. We ask that you, and when we have fights, you know what I'm saying, try and get some of your fighters show up here if we can make it happen with any of them, because we are not We are not shy here. We are
All right.
not shy
The
here.
love of Louisville and boxing, where we're at.
Because
Yes.
that is what we all have here. And before we go, is there anything that you would like to say or like to get out there?
Well, I think it's a good thing that Dorico Murray is doing by having this special day of
Fred Stoner
Day.
Fred Stoner Day. We
Absolutely.
all over that.
Absolutely.
Man, it's
Got
a great thing.
Mm.
You know, a lot of people don't know who Stoner is.
I didn't know who he was till I started doing this. And then the people put me up on game. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This man has a lot of history. He not only did Fred Stoner teach boxing, he
Right.
taught roller skating, fencing, such
Oh,
as
wow.
sword fighting.
What?
He taught. Oh my goodness, he was good.
Okay.
And, yeah. So
Renaissance man of many hats
it's-
type of deal.
yeah, I guess that's why I'm the way I am. You know.
Hey,
I
makes
got all
sense.
of the-
It makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, Fred Stoner, he was a good man. He's a good man, and hey, he did a lot for the community.
And you are continuing that tradition, and we want to say Louisville, we thank you for that.
awesome legacy.
Yes,
Keep
it is. It's
going.
awesome. Yes, let's keep it up and keep it going. If anybody want to go church, hey, if you scared, go
Come
church.
on. Come on.
You're
Go
taking what's
church.
the address on the church?
1732 Gallagher Street, because we're
Okay.
right upstairs from the gymnasium.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
man.
All right. It all makes
All in one.
There you go.
it all makes sense. So we want to thank you for being here. Anything you have before we go,
No,
Katie?
it's been a pleasure learning
Hey, it's been a
and,
pleasure meeting
and hearing your input on the sport. And yeah, can't wait to see what the future holds.
right.
Right. Whose phone is that? Hey, LLF, we out of here. Check us out. We'll be coming back. We gonna keep you posted. We gonna keep you in tune. We bomb first, baby. Bye. Say bye. Say bye.
Yeah.